How livable is St. Catharines, and where are the best family neighborhoods to move to in the whole city of St. Catharines? Well, in today's video, we're going to be jumping on the computer and looking at the AreaVibes website and seeing how livable they think St. Catharines is based on their livability index, which takes into account 9 different factors for the entire city of St. Catharines. Everything from the amenities to the commute, to the cost of living, to the crime, to the employment, to the healthcare, to the housing, to the schools, to the neighborhood rating, and puts it in an index out of 100. And based on that index there, they've created the best family neighborhoods in all of St. Catharines. And I can tell you right now, both on the livability score for the entirety of St. Catharines, there's a lot I agree with and disagree with, but same with the list of the best family neighborhoods of St. Catharines. So if you want to learn everything you need to know about living in St. Catharines and how livable it is, as well as my thoughts on this website here that a lot of my clients use to research different cities, keep on watching. So let's not waste any more time and just jump on to the AreaVibes website. So here we can see that the St. Catharines livability score overall was an 87 for the entire city. And as you can see, we got lots of A's, some B's, one C, and let's take a look and dive into each of them and show you my perspective on each. So first and foremost, the population's 141,000, essentially speaking here. I think it's a little bit higher than that now, closer to 150, but basically you get the point. It is the largest city in all of St. Catharines, or in all of Niagara, I should say. St. Catharines is the largest city. Now, with that said, the median age is a little bit higher, 141,000 people, and I think right now that this is roughly around 150,000, but you get the point. It's the biggest city in the Niagara region. Then in terms of the median age, as you see here, it's 44.4 years. The average median age is usually around 40, so it's a little bit of an older population. However, with that said, 4 years really doesn't make that big of a difference. Now, if we scroll down here and we first look at the first category they have on their website, and it's the amenities, and it's an A+. So overall, right off the bat, I would have to agree with this, especially when you compare it to the other cities in the Niagara region. Because St. Catharines is the largest city, you're going to have the most amount of amenities to choose from. Now, with that said, if you're comparing it to some larger cities like Toronto, Mississauga, Hamilton for that matter, it's going to have a little bit less compared to like Toronto or Hamilton. However, basically, it's going to have all the same things, just downsized a little. Now, in terms of the parks in their first category that they have in the amenities, they have some great parks already mentioned here, like the Montebello Park. This is the main park in downtown St. Catharines that has a lot of events and festivals. You have Merritt Park is another good one. One park that they don't mention here that I think they should mention here is one, you have Lakeside Park in Port Dalhousie that has fantastic waterfront views right of Lake Ontario and a great beach. But then you also have Sunset Beach in Port Weller and a couple other lakefront parks right in Lakeshore as well that you can enjoy. Then just outside, you're going to find the Rockway Conservation Area, another great park. They're just going to find some fantastic walking trails, and they don't mention it here, but St. Catharines has a variety of different creeks that kind of run through it, like the 12-mile creek, and as a result, you're going to find a bunch of different walking trails also close by, a variety of homes there. So overall, would have to give the parks an A+. In terms of the entertainment, it's going to have the most in terms of all of the Niagara regions, nothing compared to Toronto. However, with that said, you're going to find like the nightlife at Levels or L3. You're going to find some shows at the 2 main venues, the Meridian Centre or the First Ontario Centre right in downtown St. Catharines. And then in terms of other entertainment or community centers, I think is another big one here that they don't mention is the Canada Games Park. It's this massive sports complex that has massive amounts of indoor turf fields, beach volleyball courts, NHL-sized rinks. It was built actually for the 2022 Canada Games and has now been open for the community of St. Catharines and Brock University to capitalize on. And then you're going to find a variety of other indoor pools, outdoor pools, and community centers just throughout St. Catharines. So again, would definitely give that an A+. And then in terms of the food and drink, I'm actually quite happy to see that they actually have included some local gems. Usually it's just like pizza, McDonald's, which is so far from the truth for most cities. And here they actually have one of my favorite local gems on it, Beechwood Donuts. It's a fantastic vegan donut spot. All other ones that I'm surprised don't make the list here are Fat Rabbit, a Michelin star sandwich. Would highly recommend their roast beef sandwich. But then you also have like Big Tuna for fantastic sushi, Bugsy's, Sunside, the Manhattan Bar and Grill. Got lots of great local gems really in the downtown part of St. Catharines or North St. Catharines. There's a bit more, but they're a bit dispersed out. So overall, amenities, I would have to agree with an A+. Now we go down to the commute. The commute is a C. 31% of people drive to work. It's 9% lower than the Canadian average. That's interesting to a C. 2% take public transit, 2% walk to work. So you will find some employment options in St. Catharines. Like I mentioned, is the largest city. You will find some great employment in terms of education. You'll find some employment in the industrial sectors. However, with that said, oftentimes my clients that at least are moving here are usually going to be working hybrid or working remote. And as a result, you know what I mean? They're not necessarily tied to the GTA, but they want to maybe get easy access once in a while when they get to the office. That's why they typically prefer the west side near the GO train of St. Catharines, or also just the west side is also the shortest drive in to the rest of the GTA, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, etc. So in terms of the commute, I think C is a fair grade. I may upgrade this to like a C plus B, depending on what you're doing on your day-to-day basis, because like the traffic inside St. Catharines really moves pretty well. Only a couple small bottlenecks in the downtown part, or right when you're getting on the 406 during the rush hour times or getting off. However, with that said, like St. Catharines traffic moves pretty well. Now, the next one is the cost of living. This is a B. Now, the cost of living in St. Catharines, as we see here, is 9% less than the Canadian average and 18% lower than the Ontario average. Now, for the most part, like buying groceries, eating out is all going to be the same, relatively speaking, if you're living in Hamilton, St. Catharines, Burlington. Where it tends to be a bit more affordable in St. Catharines is the housing is a lot more affordable, which is a big chunk of cost of living, of course. Now, with that said, you're still in Ontario, so it's going to be relatively expensive. However, with that said, compared to the surrounding cities in the GTA especially, it's going to be quite affordable here. Now, in terms of the crime here, they've given this a B minus, 24% lower than the Canadian average, 1 in 32 in chance of being a victim, 0% crime, NA, so not available. Overall, I'd say Niagara, or the Niagara region, but St. Catharines is included in the Niagara region. It's a very safe spot to raise a family. Of course, like any large city, because St. Catharines is the largest city in Niagara, there's a couple of rougher areas, mainly around the downtown areas where it's most notable. However, with that said, the downtown areas got under a lot of gentrification, helping out with the homeless population and revitalizing some shops. So you're going to find some new great local gems coming in and other shops that have been boarded up that are waiting for more local gems to come in. However, overall, I would have to agree that the crime being a B minus, I might make it a B, but it really does depend on where you're looking in St. Catharines. So if you want to learn more about the crime rate in St. Catharines, I'll leave a link down below for the Niagara crime map. That will give you the best resource in terms of understanding the crime statistics and the most up-to-date data from the source. Now, in terms of employment opportunities in St. Catharines, it was rated a C. This median household income was $68,000, 45% in the labor force, 3% unemployment. Like I mentioned, St. Catharines, at least for the clients that I help, usually are people that are going to be commuting somewhat regularly into the GTA or Hamilton, want a little bit more space, whether that's family, whether that's work, whatever the case may be. So as a result, you know, I mean, a lot of my clients at least aren't employed in St. Catharines. It is the largest city, so compared to the other areas, it's a bit better, but compared to like the large cities in the GTA, it's a little bit worse. So I actually think C is on a right score. I might give it a C plus because it's a bit better than some of the Niagara regions because it's just a bigger city. Health and safety. This is an A plus because it's got the Niagara Health Hospital. It's a great new hospital right in the west side of St. Catharines. But then you also have a variety of pharmacies just throughout. This is a great spot. In general, for St. Catharines, I'd have to agree with the A plus. Now, with that said, if you're looking for more specialized care, you're probably gonna have to head over to Hamilton. Would be most notable because that's where a lot of specialized care is. That, or also in Toronto. However, for all your general medical needs, you'll find everything you need in St. Catharines here. Now, in terms of the housing here, we have an A plus. As you can see, the median home value is $609,000, which is 8% lower than the Canadian average. I actually think it's a little bit higher than this. I'm surprised to see it's at 600. However, with that said, like I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the mid sixes to high sixes. Now, with that said, it really does depend what you're looking for, right? Because you can find some $1 million homes in St. Catharines. However, with that said, like your dollar is going to go much further here compared to pretty much every city in the GTA. However, if you go further out into the Niagara region or into the smaller communities, you probably get a bit bigger home for your buck. It just depends on the trade-off between wanting that big city living versus that more rural community, but a bigger home. So overall, I'd have to give it an A plus because there's a lot of options to choose from. The one nitpick I would have about St. Catharines, if we're talking about housing, is the limited number of new development. There's not much new development. That's the one thing you'll probably hear about St. Catharines. So if you're looking for new homes, probably not the best option to choose from. But if you're looking for the side splits, back splits, bungalows, 1.5 story homes, built anywhere from like, we'll call it some in the late 1800s that are the heritage homes, but most are really like call it 1920s to 1980s is really where you're going to find the bulk of the real estate in St. Catharines. Some in the 90s and early 2000s as well. Now, in terms of the schools, we got St. Catharines an A plus. And I would generally have to agree with this score here, as according to the Fraser Institute rankings, the majority of schools in St. Catharines are rated above the provincial average. And if you don't know, takes the Ontario Standardized Test of grade 3, 6, and 9 and puts it into an index out of 100, or out of 10, excuse me, anything above a 6 is considered above the provincial average. And it's something I think like 90% we'll say is a rough benchmark of all the schools in St. Catharines are above that. So it's a fantastic area. Basically, no matter where you're moving in St. Catharines, you're going to be finding a top rated school. And then in terms of other schools other than the regular Catholic and public elementary and high schools, you have Brock University on the south end, as well as Ridley College, and then a couple other little smaller campuses like the Niagara College that also has the only wine sciences in Canada program, which is pretty cool, which is one of the advantages of living in the Niagara region, is you have a lot of great vineyards and wineries close by as well. Then we have the user rating here. I'm never sure how great this is. We got 9 here. They rated a B overall, so a little bit below what the St. Catharines overall is of an 87. I'd call that an A. Now, in terms of where are the best family neighborhoods in St. Catharines, according to the AreaVibes website, here we have it here. Now, we'll kind of go through them in the order, and they're named a little bit differently than some of the ones that I personally call them. But with that said, we got Van Sickle and Barbaric Heights. So I'd call this like all of these here I'd call like Secor Woods, I guess you could say, or Burley Hills is kind of how I group it together. Secor Woods is we're up here, but we'll first talk with the number one, Van Sickle. Van Sickle, and even when we group Martindale, I also call this Grapeview Heights. Here, you can see Van Sickle is D plus in the amenities. So it depends where you're living, right? If you're living more on the north side of Van Sickle, you have this huge smart center here. It's got a Walmart, got Canadian Tire, a bunch of other stores to choose from. And same with Grapeview over here at Martindale. Lots of shopping close by. So even though it says a D, I would probably rate this like a B plus, really depending on where you're living, could be an A. Now, with that said, what did they give Martindale? An A plus, right? Because you're right beside that plaza there. Education of both is an A. Secord Woods, I was surprised to see up here. It is one of the more affordable areas in terms of it. And that's probably why Glenridge, the other community that a lot of my clients are looking to move to St. Catharines, think about considering, is this area here. The thing about Glenridge is a little bit more expensive than Secord Woods. So it depends on your budget and your preferences in terms of the size of the home, the level of finishing of the home versus the area you're going to be moving into. Both areas are good options to choose from. Just depends on the different areas and when you're driving through what the vibe is that you're picking up. Then one other area that I was quite interested to see didn't have more options was the north part of St. Catharines. This is another great spot in my opinion. All the schools in North St. Catharines, according to the Fraser Institute, are ranking above the provincial average. It's primarily a residential neighborhood with those mature trees, large lots, good value to live close to Lake Ontario compared to the surrounding cities of like Grimsby, Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville. So fantastic options there. You got some heritage homes and like real great historic communities in like the Port Dalhousie especially. You got Port Weller over here, Lakeshore, right here. Another great options as well to choose from. So I think that covers the majority of the best neighborhoods in St. Catharines. If you want to learn more about the map of St. Catharines and where all the shopping is, where all the parks are, where the biggest deal breakers are that stop my clients from moving to certain neighborhoods like the train tracks, the hydro lines, the wastewater treatment plants, the landfills, and more, the next video I'd recommend you go check out is my video breaking down the map of St. Catharines. So you can find that video right here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.